There was a big, beautiful oak tree in a field that was home to many animals. Among the bluebirds, squirrels, sparrows, and little mice lived a family of brown bunnies whose home was at the root of the tree. Mr. and Mrs. Cottontail lived in this big oak tree for several years and had 3 little bunnies. The eldest was named Scholar, who could be found nestled in a book and sitting underneath her favorite mushroom. The youngest bunny, Fluffy, loved to help her mama cook in the kitchen. She was the taste tester. Then there was Valiant, who could not wait to finish his breakfast, so he could run out and explore the wonders of the forest. He was always the first one out and the last one to return to the warm, sweet, and cozy little home of the Cottontails. The yellow and orange leaves were starting to fall, and the air was getting cold. Winter was soon approaching, and all the animals were preparing by collecting nuts and berries to eat throughout the winter. It was Monday morning, and Mr. Cottontail headed out to collect as many acorns as his little rabbit cheeks could hold. Valiant took his breakfast to go and started exploring early that day. But just as he was running off, Mama Cottontail told him, "Remember not to go past the pond." As Valiant was heading to meet his friend, he thought to himself, "Why are Mama and Papa always telling me not to do something? What is beyond the pond that they do not want me to see?" Valiant ran to meet Rory, his chipmunk buddy, who lived down the patch of mushrooms. "Hey, Rory, I found 2 leaf stems while walking over here. We can pretend they're swords and play," said Valiant. "Great! I know a place by the berry bushes where we can practice our moves too," responded Rory. The 2 buddies showed off their flips, leaps, and stem moves all afternoon. They were so busy running and jumping that they did not realize how far into the forest they were until Mr. Owl warned them. "You little ones are far from your oak tree. It's getting dark out. Your parents must be worried." "He's right, Valiant. Let's go back. I'm so hungry I can taste my mom's berry pot pie," said Rory. "Look! The pond is only a few steps away." "I just want to see what's beyond it," said Valiant. Worry looked concerned, so he ran back to the Cottontails' home, but Valiant wanted to investigate. The little brown bunny hurried along and came to a white fence. His curiosity led him to find a way through an opening in the fence where he saw rows and rows of veggies. Valiant was hungry and wanted to taste all the beautiful vegetables. "Wow! There's lettuce, cabbage, asparagus, peas, and squash!" shouted Valiant. He rushed down each row, taking a bite out of everything in the garden. Before he knew it, he realized that he ate half of the garden in a matter of minutes. With his big full belly, he rested along a head of lettuce. While Valiant was discovering how wonderful a garden could be, Worry finally reached the Cottontails' home. "Mr. Cottontail! Mrs. Cottontail! You have to come quick!" shouted Worry. "What's wrong? Where's Valiant?" asked Mrs. Cottontail with a troubled tone. "It's Valiant! He went beyond the pond!" shouted Worry. Papa Cottontail ran out to find his son while calling out his name. Back at the garden, Valiant was worried because he could not remember where the opening in the fence was. It was cold and dark, and curious little Valiant was lost. The owner of the garden heard Valiant scrambling through his harvest. He knew that the animals of the forest would ruin his crops, so he ran outside to check on his cherished vegetables. "Who's there? Get out of my garden! You have 2 seconds to leave before I unleash my hound on you!" yelled the man. The little bunny was scared and cold. He was hiding behind the leaves of some carrots. Valiant heard a clink, which led him to worry that the hound was being unleashed. He wanted to run away as fast as he could, but his legs were shaking. A little sparrow flew down and told the little bunny, "I can help you escape. I know a hole in the fence. Follow me." The vicious growling was getting louder and louder, so Valiant knew he had to be brave. "Hurry, Bunny! The dog's already down the row of carrots! Follow me!" Valiant ran as fast as he could, given his full belly. "The hole is right there, in between the yellow and red mums. You're almost there." He jumped and squeezed himself through the hole. "You did it! Hurry home, Bunny! It's late!" The bunny was free from the dangerous hounds, but he did not recognize his surroundings. He had never wandered this far away from home before. Papa Cottontail ran past the pond, calling out for his son all over the forest. The sparrow heard him and pointed Papa Cottontail in the right direction. "Valiant, where are you?" cried out Papa Cottontail. "Papa, is that you?" I'm here, cried Valiant. Father and son found each other and headed back home. Valiant and his father were relieved and happy. Mrs. Cottontail gave her little brown bunny a warm bath and tucked him into bed. "I'm so happy you're home, sweetie. You really worried me," said Mama Cottontail. "I'm sorry. I understand now why you and Papa warned me not to go past the pond. And I promise I will always listen to you, Mama," said Valiant. Valiant's questions were answered that night. He learned a great lesson. He was very happy to be reunited with his family in his warm, cozy little home at the root of the oak tree.